conspiracy theorists are on the alert. Today, in the scientific community, the question that Jesus Christ could be a descendant of the Egyptian pharaohs is being vigorously discussed. There are an incredible number of different theories and conspiracies regarding the origin and life of the Messiah. The most interesting and intriguing are those that revolve around his connections with ancient Egypt. In fact, these theories are not as outrageous as they seem at first glance. In addition, they are not without scientific justification. So what discoveries in recent years have forced scientists to rethink both religious and world history? In the list of amazing facts about the connection of Jesus with Egypt, the most intriguing is certainly the discovery of the Alpha and Omega symbols on the sarcophagus in the King's Chamber in the Great Pyramid. 4 years ago they were found by archaeologist Robert E. Grant. It was incredibly strange because science had never mentioned anything like this before. These symbols of the first and last letters of the Greek alphabet symbolize Jesus Christ and his divine origin. The researcher believes that the discovery of Alpha and Omega in the King's Chamber connects Jesus with ancient Egyptian culture. Grant also believes that the Greek alphabet was probably borrowed by the Greeks from the scripts of an older, lost, now unknown civilization. The scientist suggests that she had a fundamental influence on civilizations such as the ancient Egyptians and Mesopotamia. In scientific circles, it is quite widely believed that Jesus at one time spent 2 years studying the ancient teachings and wisdom of the Egyptian priests. He did, according to scientists, in the mystery schools of Heliopolis. It is likely that astronomy and various initiation rituals were taught here. The latter, according to experts, are very similar to the rituals of modern Masons. Researchers believe that the resurrection of Lazarus could be such a ritual. The latest research by scientists suggests that the kings of the mysterious Hyksos, sometimes called shepherd kings, were not at all foreign invaders, as previously thought. They ruled Lower Egypt from the 17th to the 15th century BC. According to recent data, these people were not strangers. These were the Egyptians who raised an uprising in Upper Egypt and then fled from there. The Hyksos were mostly high priests and members of the royal family. Sheep was their symbol. Some researchers associate Jesus with this because his scriptures are called a shepherd. The Hyksos were eventually overthrown and expelled. With this, some scholars have connected the story of the Exodus. They call Aaron and Moses the nobles of Egypt. There is some truth in this, since according to the Bible, Moses was brought up by the daughter of a pharaoh and grew up as an Egyptian prince. Aaron was also a prominent figure in society. How else can you explain that they were both allowed into the palace to receive the pharaoh himself? The authors of the theory suggest that after arriving in Canaan, they decided to rebuild their empire. In the early 2000s, a particularly intriguing ancient Egyptian text was discovered that spoke of the crucifixion of Jesus. It also says that he subsequently resurrected in a new body. Exciting considering the age of these documents. Some have tried to explain this as witchcraft or reference to the ancient rituals of the Egyptian priests. Why overthink it? Fans of conspiracies know better. This is much more interesting than just believing the Word of God when it completely coincides with the ancient texts. Almost all legends, stories about creation, flood, scientists find in many cultures around the world. Even the belief systems of many peoples are generally similar. In ancient Egypt, for example, as in Christianity, they believed in the afterlife, the court of the gods, heaven and hell. Is it possible that the belief system that today is called Christian goes back much further than everyone thinks? Quite possibly a lost civilization that once had global influence and a common origin. And if this is true, then this influence is felt today.